Happy Friday, Wendy.
Whitney, are you there? Are you there?
Hi, Sammy. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We're live. Happy Friday,
Go
everyone. Happy Friday,
Ducks.
Whitney. Yes. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the Warsaw Watch WNBA Draft Party. My name is Samantha Polanco. I'm a first-year MBA student at the Warsaw Sports Marketing Center at the University of Oregon. And just like my lovely host and my co-host and our amazing producer, Emily Watts, I have a passion for embracing and elevating women in sports. So I'm so excited to be with you as we get ready to cheer on our Oregon athletes entering the WNBA draft today. Let's go Ducks.
Go Ducks. Great to see you, Sammy.
You too, Whitney.
Hi, everybody. My name is Whitney Wagoner, and I have the distinct privilege of serving as the director of the Warsaw Sports Marketing Center. And before we get too far in case we have some new friends in the audience, I just wanted to give folks a little bit of context about the Warsaw Center and why we are here together today celebrating women in sport. The Warsaw Center is a degree program in sports business housed within the Lundquist College of Business at the University of Oregon. We have an undergraduate program that has about 300 undergraduate students studying with us at any given time. And we also have a 2-year MBA program in sports business, and we have about 45 MBA students with us at any given time. And we've been around for quite a while. We were founded in 1993, and we were at that time the first program in higher ed to put sports business in a college of business where our students earn business degrees. And we were founded by Jim Warsaw. Jim Warsaw and his family were pioneers in the sports marketing industry. They grew a business from scratch in sports memorabilia and giveaways. They were on the leading edge of the bobbleheads way back in the 1950s. And so Jim and his family found success with their company. And Jim Warsaw was looking for a way to give back to his alma mater, the University of Oregon. And he was looking for a way to pave a path forward for the future of the business of sport in a way that would educate future leaders in that industry in a way that they hadn't been served in the past. So Jim gave a founding gift to the college in 1993 to start the James H. Warsaw Sports Marketing Center. And we've been going guns a-blazing ever since. We lost Jim Warsaw about 11 years ago due to complications of Parkinson's disease. But everybody who's been through our program, has touched our program, has been a partner to us over these years, knows full well that his vision, his passion, and his absolute commitment to providing world-class experiential learning opportunities for our students and making the business of sport better is alive and well, which we hope is manifest today in this event. And I think we really have two fundamental reasons for being together today. The first is to celebrate the University of Oregon. What we're about to see on ESPN in a few hours is truly historic. To understand that the University of Oregon and the women who have played here for these past several years will be at center stage for the world to see. It really is a uniquely Oregon moment to celebrate all of the accomplishments of these women who have called Eugene home for the last couple of years. So it's a night to be a Duck for sure. And when you have a program like ours, which specializes really in the point of view of business, there's a unique story to tell. And what is the arc over time of the business of women's sport globally and certainly here in North America? So we've got a great lineup of industry speakers and experts to come in this afternoon and really share with us their point of view on that story. How is the industry moved forward? What challenges and opportunities remain? How can we create a sustainable business ecosystem that will continue to provide even more opportunities for women and girls on the field of play, and even more opportunities for women and girls to be the business side of the sports that we're all passionate about. So when you combine a big night for the Ducks, when you combine 26 plus years of bringing the industry together to talk about moving us forward as we progress on behalf of women in business, it's a great night. I also just want to again give another shout out to our students. This is a homegrown gig, everybody. We are coming at you from Eugene, from NorCal, from SoCal, and all points in between. So we hope that you'll bear with us if we have some minor tech hiccups along the way. But I am just unspeakably proud of our students for helping put this event together, and putting all their energy behind it. So we're excited to have you, and it's a grand experiment for all of us, and we'll have some fun along the way. And the last thing I wanted to say before I pitch it back to Sammy is we were thinking about how to open here, and what we are fundamentally doing is celebrating the Women's National Basketball Association. So I just wanted to share a little personal note that I was living in the city in 1996 when the league began. I was an employee at the time of the National Football League. I was living in New York. I had just graduated from the U of O. And so I was right there in Madison Square Garden watching the New York Liberty as the WNBA launched. And I felt pride at the time of being able to sit in the world's most famous arena and to watch Rebecca Lobo and Teresa Weatherspoon and Becky Hammon and Kim Hampton and many, many others chart a path that had not existed before. I felt then, as I do now, that I'm a witness to history. And so I've just, and Sammy, you get to go first. But the thread question of the afternoon would be, if you had the opportunity, Sammy, to play a game with horse with any WNBA hero of any era ever, who would you want to play with?
Oh, for sure would be Tisha Penicheiro, like my Portuguese queen right there. I wish I had the opportunity. That would be so amazing. What about you? Who would your number one idol be to play horse with?
Well, I actually would want to play with Cheryl Miller, not a WNBA player, but an OG of what is possible for women on the basketball court. And I want to be able to talk smack about Reggie with her. So I would want to spend an afternoon in the park with Cheryl, talking about how much better she is than her brother.
I mean, that would be pretty fantastic to watch you two. I can definitely
It would be
see,
fun.
the banter going back and forth.
Yep.
So funny. Well, anyways, everybody, I just want to keep you in mind that please follow us on Twitter if you haven't already. Our handle is at UO Warsaw Center. We're going to be sending out live updates throughout the show, so you kind of know who's going to be coming on next. And then just so that when we have the live draft going on at the same time, you'll be able to see the number one picks if you're not tuning in on ESPN. So everybody, thank you so much for submitting the top 10 WNBA draft picks. Stay tuned to the end of the first round of the WNBA draft, when we're going to be announcing the winner of a $100 gift card to the Duck Store. So my dear friend, classmate, and I, the producer of this event, Emily Watts, and I, along with the help of Whitney, worked really hard to bring you this great lineup of speakers. We are so excited. On that final note, let's introduce our first guest. What do you say?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Somebody who
All
knows a
right.
thing or two about the duck.
You would think, right? Definitely. So our next guest is Rob Mullens. He has served as Oregon Director since 2010, a period of time Forbes calls the decade of the duck, with accolades from Karina Satu. That's no wonder why we call it that. Please welcome our amazing AD, Rob Mullens. Hi, Rob.
Woo!
Hey guys.
Thank you so much for
doing?
How are you
joining
doing
us.
today?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you guys having me. I think this is an awesome idea. It's such a special day for all Oregon Ducks to think that we're probably going to have 1, 2, and should be 3, showing my own little bias here. But the Liberty moving up to number 9 sure makes an intriguing move as well.
Indeed.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much again for joining us. I know we only have you for a quick amount of time, so you ready to dive into some questions?
I'm ready to go.
All right. So, with inflation and postponement of sports globally due to the pandemic, what kind of communication have you been given
We could. Since that time, we've transitioned to learning a lot more about Zoom and other video conferencing capabilities, and making sure, first and foremost, that we're still here for them and that they know that we care about them. Because this is a very uncertain time, causing a tremendous amount of stress on everyone, including our student athletes. And so to make sure that we are working in this new remote environment, this new remote learning environment, but still providing all the resources that we can to allow them continue with their academic success, and then to prepare for such great moments like tonight.
Incredible. So we have a couple questions from the audience that they submitted over the week. We have 2 for you.
Program out of our Jaquil Academic Center, and our academic support staff does a phenomenal job of helping young people transition from the high school life into the college life. And then we build there, obviously from academic readiness to being able to survive in college, whether it's financial planning. And then we move on to our student athlete development phases, which includes a lot of career development, a lot of seminars, a lot of opportunities for our student athletes to hear not only from upperclassmen, from some peers, maybe from some idols that they look up to, who've been influencers in their life. And so we provide a whole menu of opportunities for career readiness. And as for tonight, for me, I'm just like a proud parent. I've been able to get to know these young people at a very deep level, from the time that they committed to us, or maybe even before they committed to us. So I'm just going to be just like a super proud parent, a super fan, because I know what outstanding young people we have eligible for this draft tonight. And there's some pro basketball teams, some WNBA teams, some outstanding players, but more importantly, they're going to get outstanding ambassadors, outstanding people that are going to make their cities proud, their programs proud. I mean, you are getting face of franchise level athletes, and it's going to be fun tonight.
We're looking forward to it. I know Oregon really does their job in making sure that every athlete has their resources and really setting them for future success, not only while they're, collegiate athletes at the university, but onward and upward. So we have one more question for you from an audience member, from @JManini92 asks, how does UO balance building on the relationship with star players like the ones entering the draft, while also building the brand through new and up-and-coming stars?
Well, most importantly, once a duck, always a duck. And that's inscribed on some of our uniforms. And we really mean that. This is a lifelong relationship. And obviously, when you have outstanding stars like we have in this year's NBA draft, we want to celebrate with them, but we like to celebrate with all of our student athletes. Again, this is something that we see as a lifelong relationship. And we're here to serve not only those who have an opportunity to play professionally, but we're here to serve in every other person's professional pursuits as well. A very, very small percentage get an opportunity to continue the sport beyond college athletics. So we're here to help set them up for success no matter what they do. And we're so fortunate to have leaders like Kelly Graves, given that we're talking about women's basketball tonight. For those that have been able to be around our program, and there's not a better gatherer or bigger person that wants to grow the family than Kelly Graves. The life lessons that Kelly teaches in and around the sport of basketball, she has put great mentors around her, and Kelly happens to be one of those great mentors.
Yes. Well, you mentioned, Rob, that tonight is ladies' night. The women's programs here have been on the leading edge for a long time. A significant amount of the competitive success of the department holistically has been in women's programs for a long time. So I just love your big picture thoughts on progress on the women's side of the house, what opportunities you still see moving forward, And if you want to give a shout out for your pioneering Women in Flight program, I bet our audience would love to hear about that too.
Well, sure. So, I mean, obviously, one of our pillars is broad-based excellence, and providing a culture of excellence and an exceptional student-athlete experience. So all those things align towards making sure that all 450, 475 of our student athletes have the opportunity, one, to achieve their personal goals, change your life. And we're going to be here to support you forever. And along the way, we honestly believe that with the great coaches we have, the passionate fans that we have, the unique relationship that we have with Nike, the facilities, all that we've been able to build, we're going to give you a chance to compete at the highest level in your sport and compete amazing wins. But really what's transformed in our community around the connection with women's basketball, the energy that to Matthew Knight Arena, those are incredible things. And if we can do it in women's basketball, why can't we do it in volleyball? Matt Ulmer's a great coach. We've seen it happen at Missy's doing the same thing. Graham's going to do the same with women's soccer. What Robert and his staff have been able to do is going to then translate to the new Hayward Field. So absolutely, we're going to compete across the board for championships in our sports and in our men's sports.
Rob, you should have been a coach. I am hyped up right now.
Right?